Hi everyone, my name is Sanjay Chouhan and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be looking into leveraging AI in our daily life. So by AI, I mean we'll be looking into LLM or large language model. In simple terms, LLM is a type of computer program that understands and generates human-like text. It's like a super smart assistant that has read a ton of books, articles, and websites. So it can answer questions, write stories, or have conversations. It learns patterns in language to predict what comes next, which helps it respond in a way that feels natural. So ChatGPT is a specific example of an LLM. ChatGPT was developed by a company called OpenAI, and we have other LLMs like Gemini from Google, Claude from Anthropic, Grok from XAI, and Perplexity. So these are the popular LLM currently available. And the UI of all of them and the capabilities of all the LLMs are very similar. So I'll give example from ChatGPT. You can apply the same thing with other providers as well. So let me start with the UI of ChatGPT. So go to chatgpt.com or you can search ChatGPT on Google. It will give you a link to ChatGPT or you can directly browse chatgpt.com. You'll see this UI. You have to log in and then you will see this UI. Basically, the UI is very simple. You have this text box and you have a sidebar. Okay, you can expand this sidebar. You'll see in the sidebar we have these are the previous conversations that I had, and we can create new chat and you can search chat from the previous conversations. In the library, you'll have images which are uploaded to ChatGPT or which are generated from ChatGPT. So this is the basic UI of ChatGPT. Here you will have settings and all. Can close this sidebar. So this is a temporary chat mode where you can chat and the chats won't be saved here, so it won't show up in this uh, list of chats. This is the text box where you can write queries like water, health, benefit of an apple. Okay? And it will give you the answer. Okay, it gives lots of information like what are the vitamins present in apple. And you can continue the conversation like, and what about an orange? Right? It will give you information about orange. You can ask it to create a comparison table. It will create a table, and there are various aspects on which the table is created. Once you're done with your conversation, you can start a new conversation if you want. You can just click on this new chat. It will create a new conversation. So the previous conversation is saved here. If you want, you can go there and then you can also start a new conversation. That's the basic of the UI for ChatGPT. There are a few more things. You can click on this plus icon. You can upload images and other kind of files using this. You can enable the study and learn mode. So this is a mode for students where a student can learn various topics. We'll see this in example. Well, you can ask it to create image. This is where you can describe an image and then the ChatGPT will generate an image based on the description. You can ask it to think longer. So for a query, if you think that the LLM needs to think longer and then reply, because it replies instantaneously. But if you want it to consider other things as well, then you can ask it to think longer, then it will think longer. It will consider multiple options before replying. So like in mathematical question, you can ask it to think longer. So it will solve the mathematical question. It will analyze the answer and verify, then it will answer. So for complex tasks, you can ask it to think longer. You can ask it to do a research. So based on any topic, you can ask it to do a research and it will It will go through different websites. It will accumulate all the result from all the website and then create a report based on whatever it has discovered. So it will take some time to generate the report. So for task where you want a very detailed report, you can ask it to do a research. We'll see examples for all of those. In more you see this web search, if you think that the LLMs should do an internet search for the query, then you can ask it to web search. It automatically recognizes, so for a given query, if it thinks that it should do a website, then it automatically does. But if you want it to do manually, or if you want it to force to do the web search, then you can do that through here. In the canvas, it provides you a editor where like it's like a document editor or a code editor where it generates code or generates the blog, and you and the LLM can collaborate there in the editor. So this is the canvas. So we'll see examples for canvas as well. You can connect your Google Drive, OneDrive, or SharePoint to attach photos, images, or files from there as well. Then you have this dictate mode. So basically, if you use this dictation mode, it will transcribe whatever you're speaking, and then it will query. So if you don't want to type, then you can ask it to get a transcribe your speech, and then it will query. Like I can ask it to really allow it. What is 3% of 94? Now, if I click, so it's transcribe my whatever I have said, like what is 3% of 94? That's what I've said. It's transcribe, and then we can query from here. Okay. So it gives us the answer 2.82. Let me create another new chat. One more thing we have is this voice mode. So basically, in the voice mode, you ask in using your voice, and it replies in voice only. So it's there won't be text. You'll ask in voice, and the reply will be also in audio. So let me start this. What is the temperature outside? See, you'll see the transcription of whatever we had talked also in this. So you see, like I asked, "Hi, how are you?" Then it replied something. Then I asked it about the temperature. So it has the information about my location because I had asked it to remember. So you can ask to remember something. So I can ask to remember my location. So based on my location, it is giving the weather condition. So you can ask it to memorize something. Like I can say, I live in Guwahati, some. Okay. So it should update its memory, but it's not updating. So I can ask it to memorize. Okay, so now you see this, right? Updated and saved in memory. So lives in Guwahati, Assam. So it's saved in its memory. So whenever I ask question, it will answer based on that. Okay, so that's how memory works. Now let's see some examples. So we'll see the first example. So you can ask it to give you recipes. So if you are cooking something, and if you are not sure about the recipe, you can ask about the recipe of the dish. Or if you don't know the dish, you just have the raw items. You can ask it to give you different options based on the raw items. So I asked, I have this potato, tomato, and paneer. What can I cook? So it gave me multiple options. I said, okay, I would like to try the third option. So give me a recipe for dry aloo paneer masala, and it gave me a detailed recipe of all the ingredients. Then what is the method to cook that dish? You can also use it to create a traveling plan. So if I want to create a traveling for a particular destination, and I will give my information to the LLM. So here I have given, like, I want to plan a 3 day trip to Jodhpur and Jaipur with my kids, and I'm currently in Delhi. Okay. Now it will create a travel plan from Delhi to Jodhpur, and it will give us all the locations that I should visit. So it mentioned like I should first go to Jodhpur. I should visit this Mehrangarh Fort and Jaswant. And for day two, it mentions that I should go for Jaipur from Jodhpur, and there I should travel these places like City Place, Jantar Mantar, Hawa, Johri Bazaar. Then on the third day, I should go back to Delhi from Jaipur. So this is a 3-day plan with the various information. It also mentioned about the dinner that I should be having, the dishes that I should try. So there are various information present here, and I had mentioned like I'll be traveling with kids, so it's also mentioning some kid-friendly tips that I should be aware of. I can ask it to optimize this travel plan based on various inputs like my budget, my mode of transportation, or like what is the current weather there. So based on various inputs, I can ask it to optimize this travel plan. You can use it like a Google Map. So if you're at a particular location, you can ask it to give you some information about that particular location. Here I'm asking it to give some nice salons at this Paltan Bazaar Guwahati location. So it gives me the salons present there, and it also gives me information like what is the rating, how many reviews are there, what is the opening hours of that salon, and various information. Apart from the saloons, apart from all the options for saloons at that location, it also do some comparison, like based on my preference. If I want hair or spa treatment, these are the recommendations. If I want a quick and convenient service, then this should be my options. So there is various options it provides. Suppose you are visiting a place for meeting purpose. The meeting was over by noon, and you have some free time. So you can ask the LLM to generate a travel plan, a quick travel plan for your remaining hours. So I ask here, I'm in Pune city. I have about 6 hours to visit some places and back. So it generated few places that I can visit in 6 hours and get back to the Pune city. Here are some options that it provided. You can use ChatGPT to play quiz on any topic. Let's suppose you want to uh, quiz yourself on word capitals. So I ask you to make a 10 quiz questions to test me on word capitals. So it generated 10 questions. Okay. But it's not very interactive. So I ask it to generate or ask one by one. So it it asked me this. What is the capital of Canada? And gave me 4 options. And you can reply with your answer. So I replied option B. The answer is correct. The capital of Canada is Ottawa. And then it asks us next question, and so on. So you can play any kind of text game in ChatGPT. Suppose you're traveling a foreign country where you don't know the language of that country, and you want to familiarize yourself with few basic phrases that are very useful, that are very common in that location. So here in this example, I asked to give me a few basic Japanese phrases to travel. So it gave me few Japanese phrases that might be very helpful, like hello or good afternoon, and for hotels and restaurants, for transport and for shopping. So these are various phrases that I can use in different locations. And every country will have some mannerism. So you want to learn the mannerism, you want to respect their culture. So Japan is known for being polite. So I asked ChatGPT what are some behavior things to consider while in Japan. So it provided me with general etiquettes that I should follow. And at temples and shrines, what should I do? While drinking or eating, what should I do? And in public places, what should I do? So these are the various mannerism that I should follow while in Japan that it mentioned here. Suppose you want to buy something and you want to be careful while buying so that you consider all the options before buying. And here I have an example of washing machine. So I wanted to buy a washing machine. So I asked which washing machine is better for a small family. And it gave me some options here. It also gave me some parameters that I should think of. like capacity, type, energy efficiency, and other features. And then it recommended me top loading options and front loading options. And then it created a summary table of all the options. Okay. And I asked it to get the reviews and rating. Or so I asked like search the ratings and number of reviews on Amazon for each and give details in a table. So for each of the options that it has provided, you will search for number of reviews number and the rating. So this is the Amazon rating and number of ratings that are available for this product. So it created a table and provided me all the details that I asked for, and it highlighted and basically created summary of this table. So I asked about another product that I knew, like what about the Samsung EcoBubble 7 kg? So this is the product I'm having. So I asked about it. So then it searched for this product and it gave me ratings and review of this product. So like what is the rating of this product, number of ratings for this product, and then it gave me pros and cons of this product based on the reviews. And then I asked to give me a full details of this also on the reviews on this. Okay. So it searched for the products, it got the all the details, all the specification of this product. So these are all the specification of this product, like what is the capacity, what is the energy efficiency, and what is the power consumption. So all the details for this product will present here. And these are the information it got from Flipkart, right? You see this Flipkart link, and it also got the ratings and reviews from Flipkart. So number of ratings and number of reviews from Flipkart and the distribution of ratings, like how many 5 star, how many 4 star, how many 1 star. So all the details are present here. So you can make a comparison, you can do a quick research on that product and then decide. So you can use it as a shopping buddy as well. You can treat ChatGPT as your grandma as well. So here I ask natural ways to soothe a sore throat. So these are the options that ChatGPT generated. So these are the soothing remedies and various other things that I should be considering for sore throat. I wanted my battery percentage in my Mac to be shown alongside with my battery icon. So with that, I can do a Google search and I can read through some article to understand what are the settings there, or I can quickly ask ChatGPT. So here I asked show battery percentage in the icon in Mac, right? It gave me the step-by-step process that I should follow to the percentage. So instead of going through few articles, I can quickly go through ChatGPT and then get the answer. You can ask ChatGPT to explain things. Like here, I asked ChatGPT to explain text like I'm a kid. So this explanation is going to be very kid friendly. So you can use this explanation to answer to kid as well, to explain to kid as well. So here, like you and your friends are playing in big park, swings and slides, benches, even the lights in the park. They are all so everyone can enjoy. Now to keep the park clean, fix broken things, and pay the gardener who wants to waters the plants. Someone has to give money. That money doesn't come from one person. Everyone uses the park gives a little bit of their pocket money. That little bit of pocket money everyone gives is called tax. So this is a very kid-friendly explanation of tax, right? So you can ask it to explain like a kid or explain like a joke or explain like even Ryan Reynolds. You can use ChatGPT to write articles, or you can use ChatGPT to refine or expand the articles you have written. So here I am asking to write an article, write a blog about global warming, extreme weather, and climate change. So this is a blog that it generated. See, this is the output that it generated. But I want it to use the Canvas tool, right? I mentioned there is a tool called Canvas, which is present here. Right in more section, you can see the Canvas tool. And I want it to use the Canvas tool because the Canvas tool is good for such kind of things where you need to write something like blog article or even code. So it didn't use the Canvas by default, so I asked it to use Canvas, and then it uses the Canvas. So this is the Canvas. You can copy, you can edit, or you can download. So you can edit, and in the edit you can make some changes here. Like you can remove or write something. Let me remove something just for the explanation. So you can remove something, you can write something, uh, and you can ask it to refine it. So you can ask something else, like remove the emojis. So how you will see, it will go line by line. Right? It will remove the, it's removing the emojis that we have. So it has removed the emojis. Now I can ask it to refine something if I want. If I want to add something, I can ask it to add, or I can add myself here. Can make some changes here, right? I can add some, what can we do? Plant more trees, right? Here it is not showing all the work that is going on for climate change. So I can ask it to add some work from NGOs and leaders on climate change. Now it will again go line by line. Okay, it won't make changes to the things that it should not make changes. Here it added this section, like global efforts, NGOs and leaders taking action. So Greenpeace, WWF. So these are the different NGOs and different projects that are being done. And there are a few options in this section. So if you go to this bottom right corner, you'll see this pen icon, right? You can see add emojis, add final polish, reading level. So you can change the reading level. Uh, okay. And also you can change the length, adjust the length. So you can shorten it, you can expand it. So these are the various options you can have. You can share this blog. So you can copy this link. So this is the link for this blog. You can share this directly from this canvas as well. You can download it as a PDF or document, Microsoft document or an MD file. For most of the queries, the LLM will reply from its memory. So it has memorized all the information that are used in training, like all the books, articles, and websites. But for information which are going to change over time, like vice president or president of a country, it will do an internet search and get the answer from the internet. So when I ask who is the vice president of India currently, it did an internet search. The ChatGPT has capability to use tools like Python interpreter. So given a mathematical question which is complex, so I ask what is 2 into 2 plus log of 6 into e to the power 2 plus square root of 8.5 minus sine 10. So it's a very complex equation. Okay, I want to get the value of this. So to answer this question, the LLM used Python interpreter and it answered the value here, right? Is approximately 20.699. If you see this icon, it says it's a code block icon. Okay. You click on this, it will open the code that is used to calculate this result. So here we are importing the math library in Python and we are having this expression that we have written in the query, right? This is the expression we have written in the query, and then it's just run this and then calculate the result. This technique helps in producing accurate result for mathematical operations. However, for simpler queries like getting 12.5% of 45, right? It's a simpler query. For simpler queries, it directly produces the result without using any kind of Python code. So we don't see any Python code sign here, right? So it's calculated from the LLM itself. You can use ChatGPT to read books, read articles, read novels. So here we are reading the Alchemist book. So let's suppose you are reading the Alchemist book. You want to get a summary before reading the book or after reading the book. So here I asked it to summarize the Alchemist book. So it creates the summary with the plot here and themes. Okay. And we can also ask it to give learnings and popular phrases from the book. So these are the learnings from the book, and these are the popular phrases. You can use ChatGPT in most of the other languages as well. So you don't need to use ChatGPT in English only. You can use in your language. So suppose here I am using Hindi language. I have not written Hindi Devanagari character here, but I am written in English. basically Hindi written in English. So here I'm saying Premchand ji ka Gavan kahani ka summary kya hai? So this is a Hindi sentence written in English, and it produces output in this format only, in English only. So this is written in English, but it's actually Hindi. And if you want it to reply in written Hindi, then you can do so. Here I ask it to write reply in Likhit Hindi. That means written Hindi. Then it replied in written Hindi. So that is also possible. So not only Hindi, you can also try out with other languages. But I think most of the languages in the world is supported by ChatGPT. Most of the popular languages. So you can try out. You can also query in written Hindi. So this is Hindi in Devanagari script, right? So you can here I'm asking recipe for mango shake, and I have written this in Hindi, and it will answer in Hindi. So you can try out writing in your language as well. The students can use the study mode of ChatGPT to learn different topics. So here I am using the study mode. So I asked to explain the British role in India. So it explained the British role in India in a brief format so that I can go over the important things here. Then it gave me details. So I asked it to give details. So it gave me details in each for each of the timeline. Here we are seeing for each of the timeline, we are getting some details. And I can also ask it to answer some queries. So, like, who were the resistance for the British rule? So it answers with all the movements that were against the British rule. So all the movements and their timelines are mentioned here, and who were the people involved in those movements. So those details are mentioned here. You can ask it to create charts, graphs, so that you can learn easily, right? This is a simple table so that so it says like if you want to make a simple table so that it's easy to remember. So it created a simple table so that you can go over this table quickly and go through the important details quickly, right? You can also ask it to create cheat sheet. So this is the I asked it to create a cheat sheet on this topic. So it created cheat sheet with very important details. And so if you have studied the topic, if you go through the cheat sheet, you will be able to understand. And you can also ask it to generate graphical cheat sheet. So this is the image of cheat sheet. And also you can ask it to quiz you on this topic. So you can say quiz me on this topic, then it will quiz you with queries like this is a question one, and you can write your answer here, and then it will ask another question and so on. So this is how you can use the study mode. There is another example of a study mode, and study mode is particularly helpful for mathematics or physics kind of question where you need to solve the problem in step-by-step manner. So here we have a question of collision, and then what will be the speed after the collision of the second object. So we keep the question here. Okay, this is a question. So it won't give you the answer directly. It will give you the answer in step-by-step manner so that you understand. So it will ask questions from you and then answer in step-by-step manner. So first it creates the variables. What are the parameters given in this question? Then it asks me about a equation. Write the momentum conservation equation. So this is the equation that will be used for this problem. So it asks me for this equation. So I give the equation. If I give a wrong equation, it will say, okay, this is the wrong equation, and it will provide me the right equation. But I provided a correct equation. So it will move on with the like calculation. It so it will put the values for in the equation, and it asks me to calculate the left hand side. Okay, so that it can get the right hand side. So I calculated the left hand side to be -4. If we solve this left hand side, we'll get -4. Now it will simplify the equation. So it is simplify the equation. Now it's asking me to solve for V, right? So we can get the answer for V from here. So this is how it will solve step by step so that you learn in the study mode. You don't get the answer directly. You need to learn, you need to work for the answer. This is particularly helpful for the students. I generally don't watch news, but whenever I need to get news, I use ChatGPT because it will go through all the top news from all the articles, all the news channels, and it will provide me a consolidated summary. I don't have to go through multiple articles. I don't have to go through junk information. I'll get a filtered information. If you go to a particular news channel, you'll get a lot of information. You'll get some ad, some unnecessary information. And so if you want to reduce your wastage of time, you can just ask give top news from today. It will give you the top news and their summary. You can go to the link provided here. So this is the link from which it got the news, and you can go to this link and read in detail if you want, or you can just go through the summary. So it uses various news channel forums to create this summary. So it's using India TV News, NDTV, and few others like Hindustan Times, Chronicles, The Independent. So it's a consolidated summary from all the major news articles. You can get weather report for a particular location. So I asked for the weather report of this location for today and tomorrow. So it searched and then it returned the weather report. I asked it to give a detailed hourly report. So it created the detailed hourly report for both the days. You can use it to write application, emails, or reply an email. So here I wanted to write an email. So I asked it to write an email. I mentioned to whom I want to write the email and what are the content of the email. So this I gave the details of the email and it created this whole email in the proper format. And also you can use it to write replies to an email. So this is the email I have. I want to get a reply for this email. So I asked it to please get a reply it. I'm interested on this for this job role. So I asked it to create the reply. It created the reply. I can just copy paste this email and then reply. You can ask it to create articles, or you can ask it to modify article, expand article. So this is the article on evaluation of digital devices. So I wrote this article with these few lines and I asked it to refine it because it might have grammatical mistakes or the sentences might not be fluent. So that's why I asked it to refine it. So it to refine the article, and I can also ask it to expand this article. For articles and blog posts, we should generally use the canvas. So I can ask it to use canvas. So it will start writing in canvas. Okay, you'll see this is a canvas. If you click on edit, whole canvas will be open. You can ask ChatGPT to create images as well, right? We have seen in the beginning. So here I asked it to create a photorealistic image of an international astronaut on Mars wearing giant duck inflatable toy around the waist. So this is image that it generated. This is pretty accurate image that based on the description, right? You can use ChatGPT to analyze CSV or Excel sheet kind of documents as well. So this is an expense data that I got from Kaggle. If you have your own expense data, you can analyze that as well. So I downloaded and I've uploaded this Excel expense data. I ask it to analyze my expenses. Okay, so it will go through the CSV file. It will say that it is saying that we are having 277 rows, 11 columns, and these are the columns that we have. And to do this, it will use Python. So if you see it's using Python code here, you'll see you can check the code from here. You can ask it to give more insight. So I asked to give some insight. So it will create some insight from this CSV file. So it's saying like total income was this much, total expense was this much, and net saving was in minus, right? So it also gives insights about how the spending was, the spending habit, basically on what kind of items I have spent. So on food, I have spent a lot. Then and on household items, I have spent, then transportation and so on. And also it is giving me month-wise analysis of expense and income. And it's for this as well, it's using the Python code. You can see the code used here. And you can ask queries from this CSV file. It's giving insight. You can also ask queries. I asked top 5 expensive items. So it gave me top 5 expensive items from the list. You can also ask it to draw charts and graphs. So I asked it to create chart to show the analysis. So it created this chart to show the category analysis of expenses. So these are the top 10 categories on which the expenses are done. So for food, we see the biggest expenses. And then we have this monthly income versus expenses. Okay, see how the income is and how the expense is per month basis. This is again net saving. So based on the income and expenses, so what is the saving per month? You see that there are net savings in negative for a few months. That's because the expense is higher than the income. You can also get help with medical report. So the medical reports are very hard to understand, right? So this is a medical report that I downloaded from internet, and I wanted to understand the report. Okay, what are these values and what does this report mean? So you can take a picture of the report and upload here, and it will read through the report. So it read through the reports, get all the values, and then it will give a interpretation of the report, whether everything is normal or everything or anything is serious there. Okay. Or you can also ask it to simplify the explanation. It give me the explanation in simple format, and you can take a picture of any report, anything, and you can ask it to give details on that. Or you can take a picture of any product item, box of the product item, get the details on the product. So I wanted to buy health insurance for my parents, and I wanted to explore all the options. So I asked it what are some good health insurance options in India for my parents. So it provided me some public schemes, this is from government and private schemes, and then it provided all the comparison between all of those schemes. These are the comparison, what are the pros and cons of each of the schemes. And I wanted to explore two different options from these. So I wanted to compare them, but I wanted a detailed report. That means I wanted a research. So I asked it to do a deep research. So I selected deep research from here, and I asked it to do a deep research comparison between this STFC and this Nibago plan. So before starting out the research, it will ask for pre-queries. So it asks about my parents' age, desired sum insured, any preferences about features. So I answered those like what are my parents' age, what is the budget, what is if any particular feature I would like. Based on the inputs, it will launch in research, which is a deep research. In the deep research, it will go through lots of website, lots of comparison. It will go through documentation and all the policy documentation. So for this research, it took 7 minutes and 19 seconds, and it searched 33 different websites. It has gone through all of the sources to get a report, to create a report. Okay. So this is the report that it created. It will have lots of details. It will have citations. So these are the links where I can go to get more details. And so this is a detailed report with various information. And you can share the link. You can share this report, or you can download this report in PDF and other format. And I have used this deep research thing multiple times because it gives perspective from all different websites, right? So it will take me hours and hours for me to go through 33 website and do a analysis. But using this deep research, I don't have to explore much because the expression will be done through the LLM only. I'll get the report within few minutes, so I don't have to do much work. I'll have to go through the report only, and so it saves a lot of time and effort. And if you have kids, if you are a grandpa, if you are a parent, if you want to tell your kid about a story or in bedtime story, right? You can use ChatGPT to generate a custom story. You can have your own kind of characters. So I wanted to generate a story for a 6-year-old boy about tiger and rabbit. You can mention the year. So based on the intellect of that kid, it will generate a story. Given the character, you can modify the characters if you want. You can modify the story or change the ending or beginning of this story as you like. You can use ChatGPT to read PDF documents. Sometimes the PDF documents might contain lots of bus pages and you don't want to go through them yourself. You want ChatGPT to help you with that because you want to get understanding of the quick understanding of the PDF. Then you can use ChatGPT to get a quick understanding of the PDF. So it might be something like policy document or something like a research paper. So this is a research paper. This is a research I have done on LLM. So basically, I created an Hindi LLM for Hindi languages. So on that, I have written this research paper. So if you want to understand some topic, if you want to go through a research paper quickly, you can upload that PDF here and ask it to give a brief. So it will give a brief information about the PDF. All the information, key points will be given here. You can go in deep if you want. So this is a brief, and if you want to go deep into any of this section, you can ask it to go in deep, and you can ask queries from here. And I can ask question like it, it says that it outperforms, right? It outperforms various models on Hindi task. So I said how it outperforms because it doesn't give me the results here. So it will give me the results like on this task, it outperformed these models and so on. And I can go through the whole document step by step. You can take a photo of a mathematical expression and then ask it to solve it. So this is an integral equation, and I took a photo of this equation and I asked it to solve it. So it first got the equation. So it first read the equation from this image and then it solved it. So here we are solving it step by step, and then it will answer it. We can also ask it to plot graphs as well. So I wanted to plot this both of these equations. So I asked it to show the plot. So it created this plot. Okay, this is the plot for both of the functions. So this is a sine wave, then this is the differentiation of this sine equation. And it will use Python interpreter also for this plot. So this is for coders. I do lead code and I want to do time complexity analysis because I'm not good with the time complexity analysis. So I can ask ChatGPT to do the time complexity analysis and understand how the code is working. So I said, get the time complexity of this code. It will do a step-by-step analysis to get the time complexity of the whole code. So in the first step, it can get the time complexity of this h1 dot sort. So the time complexity of sorting is m log n. Then it calculates the time complexity of this loop operation. So here it says that it's m log m. Then it will calculate the total time complexity, which is n into m log m. Okay, so we see the details how it's calculated. Or it also calculates the space complexity and it gives the final answer. But if it thinks that this could be more optimal, so here is saying this could be more optimal, but no, this is not optimal. The standard efficient approach uses a sliding window plus frequency count, and the time complexity of the more optimal solution is order of n plus m time. So if you want, it will also give you the optimal solution. Here I asked the ChatGPT to create a web app to generate a horoscope given the necessary details. So this is a full-fledged application that I wanted to create. So the ChatGPT thought for a few seconds, so like 4 seconds, and it gives me the step-by-step instruction that I should be following. And the code is in Canvas. So this is the Canvas, right? If you're seeing edit and run code things, so this is in Canvas. And this is the code that I should be copy pasting to run the horoscope web application. So I can click on this edit button to edit this code and I can change something here. I can change this text here. I can have my own text or I can ask it to add emojis, right? Add emojis. So it will add emojis in this text. Okay, sometime it doesn't work. It says I updated the web page so the generated horoscope now includes emojis. But I don't think it updated, but it's saying updated. So this is an issue you will face sometimes. Uh, but yeah, it will make again. So I asked it to add emojis again. Now you say that it has added emojis. So it's for each of the zodiac sign, it has some emojis, and here as well, it will add some emojis. You can copy paste the code from here. You can share the code as before aviation for Canvas. And also you can check previous version, right? So we made some changes. You can go to the previous version of the code by clicking this. You can run the code, but this code is not running because of some error. but some of the code or most of the code which are simpler will run. And also you can have some add some comments and logs and fix bugs. If you encounter any bug, you can fix the bugs. Code to another language. So this is in Python. You can port this code to some other language, Java or something else, or you can do a code review. So I can ask it to do a code review. You can also do analysis of Excel file, CSV files as well. So if you have CSV file or tabular data in Excel file, you can do analysis on those. So this is an data set from Kaggle. This is an Iris data set. This is a popular data set in machine learning. So here we have some flowers and their sepal length and petal length and their widths are present here. And these are different variations or different species of iris flower. So we have three species from iris flower: Setosa, versicolor, and virginica. So these are the three species of iris flower. I asked it to give a brief information about the data. So it load the data and then it gave me information like what is the shape, what are the columns, is there any missing value, what is the data type, and so it also gave me some sample records. So to do this analysis, we will use Python again. So this is the Python code that it is using. So here I ask it to show distribution of classes and show basic statistics for the feature. So it will create tables and charts to show the statistics. So these are the tables. And it can also create charts, right? So I ask it to visualize the features. So it will give the charts as well. So here we are having charts. So here we are having three different charts. The UI is not good, but you can right click and download and then view locally. And there are some text as well. So it's not showing up because UI is not good. So this is the text that we have. This- So we have histogram, box plot, and pair plots. Okay, so we can download them and then you can view them. You can also ask it to create a model. So I ask it to create a decision tree for classification. So this is a decision tree that it created. And you'll see, if you see the code, this code for decision tree classifier. So it's getting the decision tree classifier from sklearn, and then it's creating train test data, and then training the classifier, and then doing the predictions, getting the accuracy and all. So this is the trained model. It says that the trained model is having accuracy of 93.3%. So we have seen various ways to use ChatGPT in our day-to-day lives. And we have other alternatives as well, very popular alternatives. Like we have Grok from Xia, so you can just go to grok.com. And the UI is same only, very similar to what we have seen in ChatGPT. And the features will be very similar as well. Then we have Gemini from Google, same kind of UI, same kind of features. And we have Claude from Anthropic, same kind of UI, same kind of features, and then Perplexity. So these are the popular operations we have in LLM. And we have pro version of Perplexity free for Indian users, Indian Airtel users basically. So if you have a Airtel SIM, then you can get the pro version of the Perplexity for free. And in ChatGPT, you also have some plans that you can explore. Currently, I'm in free plan. It's pretty good. You can go to the this plan, Go plan, which is only 399 per month for Indian users, and you get some more capabilities than the free plan. Basically, you get some, just there are some limitations here, right? In free plan, those limitations are gone in the Go plan and the other plans. So you can explore the plans if you want. You can browse the website for ChatGPT and other LLMs that we discussed, or you can download the applications. The applications make it easier to use. The applications are available for smartphone devices, be it Android or iPhone, and also it's available for laptop. Thanks for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. Please comment if you have any queries. Also, comment about your experience of using this ChatGPT and other LLMs.